Why'd you say mainframe?
I don't know. When I hear network, I think the mainframe. Is that not like
I thought you were like correcting me. I was
No.
like, I don't think you're right.
I was just doing a word association. Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games
and
hacking.
Exactly. We are here today with another pumped up Kickstarter. And today's video is all about Metrorunner from Thunderworks, who very kindly sponsored this video. So thank you to Thunderworks Games for sponsoring this video. As per usual with our previews, we are going to give you a little overview of the game. We're going to go into discussion, help you decide whether or not this is a good game for you. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to jump in. We're going to jump into a little bit of a video, and then we'll be right back.
Being a runner in Mirror City's underworld ain't easy, but you're determined to make a name for yourself amidst all the opportunities a dystopian future has to offer. After all, you're the sharpest hacker in your district, right? Keep a wary bio-enhanced eye over your shoulder as you ride the metro though, because other runners are determined to cut in on your action. Metrorunner is a competitive worker movement and resource collection game for 1 to 5 players set in a high-tech neon future featuring a tile puzzle minigame. Circling the districts of Mirror City on the Metro line, you'll compete for resources as you race to fulfill contracts for the ruthless and greedy mega-corporations. Grow your influence and gain reputation, squeezing every credit you can from the corrupt factions, while you secretly steal their data for your own home district. Secure your influence and notoriety by completing tricky jobs across the city, hijacking black market tech, and spending your hard-earned credits wisely. At the end of the line, will you win the respect of the underworld or fade into obscurity?
And we're back, and the game is there!
In Metrorunner, you are basically a hacker, and you are trying to gain prestige in different areas of the city you're in.
Mirror City.
Mirror City, and you're going to be doing that by basically going around collecting resources and hacking into the network. Metrorunner is a rondel-based game where you are, again, playing as hackers, and you're going to be moving through this rondel board. The board is separated by different city districts that are color coordinated and have different district abilities or abilities that are on the outside that are primarily gain a resource from the district, complete a job. Basically what you're doing is working towards completing jobs. So you will spend resources to complete jobs, which you'll then tuck under your board. So this does have dual layered player boards, which is fantastic. And you'll put those job cards and they'll give you upgrades, ongoing abilities, and then they also will help you score end game victory points based on contracts that are set up at the beginning of the game. And in the middle of the board, there's actually pin-op tiles. And the pin-op tiles or pan-op, or I can't remember exactly what they're called. But it's this little puzzle that's in the middle of the board. And you are going to be playing out cards that require you, if you take a hacking action, there are cards that are associated with that board that you then have to complete a hack. And the hack normally is connecting to, the card will show you which ends of this puzzle you need to connect in order to complete the hack. There's upgrades that allow you to complete additional hacks for additional bonuses as you go, but that's the basic premise of the game. You're running around completing jobs by spending resources, completing hacks, which will give you additional resources and bonuses, and you're amplifying your kind of engine a bit. 2 tracks in this game as well that you're going to be manipulating, and you usually get to go up those tracks based off of hacks that you do and jobs that you complete. There's a corporation track, and there is a reputation track, because again, the basic premise of this game is that you're trying to gain your reputation as a hacker and disrupt all of the corporation stuff that's going on. And as you move up those tracks, that's triggering the end game. Once one player gets to a certain part on those tracks, will trigger the end game.
And everybody plays as a slightly asymmetrical character that gives you special ability on how to manipulate the little hacky hack board.
Yeah. To Jamie's point, the asymmetry is really focused on how you would hack the puzzle. So, for example, normally when you take a hacking turn, you can do 2 actions for free. And that action might be to turn one of the tiles 90 degree or manipulate them orthogonally adjacent to each other. But Jamie might have a character that allows her to move them diagonal. Or I might have a character that lets me move from the left to the right and swap those that way. So there's a bunch of different characters that you can be. I think there's like 10 maybe around there.
Yep.
That's the basic premise of the game. Very, very lightweight, very quick, very snappy, very easy to learn it.
Yes, I would say that the game definitely has the ability to build as it goes on. So you kind of start off with 2 jobs, and then you are going to be, by taking certain actions around the board, gaining more jobs that you can do. And then the more jobs that you complete, the more upgrades you have, so you can gain more resources, or maybe you have to pay 1 less resource to do something, or maybe you get this special benefit. And then you are continuing to upgrade your board until you trigger one of those end game, like end game enders.
There's, I think, 3 different ways the game and the end game is triggered. Either the job board is completed and gone. There's no more cards to draw. One person has completed 9 jobs, or the tracks, the corporation track or the reputation track, one person hits a certain threshold.
Yeah.
And then you go in endgame scoring. So all of those jobs that you're completing all have victory points associated with them. The tracks have victory points associated with them. There's 3 contracts up at the top of the game board. Or no, 5 contracts. There's 5 contracts at the top of the game board that are going to be somewhat different each time you play, that are going to require you to complete different types of jobs in order to fulfill them. And then it's basically whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. To Jamie's point, it does build up and amp up. There's also a bit of a domination aspect to this game. So each player color is associated with the colors that are around the board. So I might be the black player that has a black district on the board. Jamie might be the purple player with a purple district on the board. And then there's an endgame scoring for whatever colors are in the game. Whoever scores the most of those colors will score additional victory points.
Exactly.
And in order to complete jobs, you have to complete the jobs in their respective district. So what's really interesting is it's a basic rondel, but you can only, the movement is restricted. You can only move 1 or 2 for free on your turn. There are ways you can move further by spending resources. There's also bonus actions that you can take with currency. So you might be able to hire a car, and the car can take you anywhere on this city map, which allows you to start manipulating ways to get around quicker. Because let's just say I want to complete a black job card, but I'm way up at the top and I got to go all the way around back to the black district before I can do that. I might not have the time to waste, so I might have to spend a currency to hire a car and get down to the black, because again, this is very, it amplifies. You want to be completing as many jobs as possible, but the limitations of movement really make that interaction difficult.
Who is this game for? I would say that this game is for someone who's looking for a little bit of a lighter fare kind of game that still gives you, I would say, enough meat to make it interesting. It's a game that doesn't overstay its welcome. If you are into the theme, then like if you kind of like that futuristic vibe, this will definitely give you that vibe. If you like doing kind of like an engine builder type of game, you like the upgrades, you like kind of planning ahead, because this game definitely makes you plan ahead, because if you take this job, then you're going to have to stop at this quadrant, and you're going to have to maybe try and get here and make sure you have enough credits to do this thing, like that kind of stuff. So you want to plan ahead a little bit. And of course, if you like a little bit of puzzling, because I would say that the puzzle in the middle, that was like one of my favorite parts, even though I was really bad at it.
I think this would be really good too for like an intro level type game for someone that hasn't really been in the hobby, or maybe has only played a few games, just to see what is possible. Because I think there, to your point, there's a lot going on, but none of it is
complicated,
overly complex.
No. and then who it might not be for. So if you are kind of looking for that super heavy, crunchy kind of game, this just might not be for that situation. And obviously if there's anything that you heard us say that you're like, ugh, don't like that, well then maybe this isn't a game for you. Maybe it wasn't made for you then. But if any of the stuff that we said sounds like something that you might be interested in, then all of the information for this game and everything will be down below for you to check out. As always, when you are looking for a new game to add to your collection, make sure that you go watch a bunch of reviews, previews, some playthroughs to see if it's the right game for you. But if it sounds like it, all the information's below, which we love to see. Now, if you're interested in buying board games, not this one yet, although it will be coming to your friendly local gaming store at some point in the future, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is...
The Boardroom Game Cafe.
Oh, heck yeah, it is. You like snacks?
I do.
Perfect. Where do people get snacks?
Munch Pack.
Even in the main frame?
In the main frame.
Even in the main frame. I'm sure you can find
Primarily in the main frame.
Exactly. We're all in the main frame.
We
You,
are.
me, Juno, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see,
Please subscribe.
we hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
There it is.
She's like, listen, to be honest, we filmed a bunch of videos today, and Juno, every time we say
Later days.
later days, she runs out of the bathroom. She's like, are we going upstairs?
Watch. What do we get her to do right now?
Yeah. If you like what you see,
Please subscribe.
hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days. No, she knew.
She can't be fooled. Never mind.
She's looking, though.
We're going to do all those things.
Look at the tabs you have open.
That's my anticipated.
What's going on up there?
I got Snuffs. And the Snuffles. Have you heard of them? Right, Beans?